Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson and you are watching my Let's Play for Mindustry, or Mindustry, however you want to pronounce that. We're continuing on with the campaign with level 6, which is Ruinous Shores. Now this mission has a whole bunch of water in it, which is pretty cool for making spores and steam and differential power and stuff. This mission also has a lot of sand and coal, so we have an abundance of coal actually on this mission, which is great. And so funnily enough though too, we also have a ton of scrap. So scrap will allow us to melt it down and get titanium and graphite. So instead of using the coal to make graphite, we can actually use scrap to do that, and we can then focus coal on other things such as making more power. We're going to make Pyratite, which is mixing coal, lead, and sand to make an ammo that we can also use to generate power, so it's pretty cool. Now as you've seen though, lead and sand are basically free. They're super easy to make, so it's not a big deal at all. But meanwhile we have a ton of coal on this level, so it's great. Everything's going to be wonderful. And we can also turn Pyratite into Blast Compound, which is an even better ammo type, and that requires spores. Now as you know, spores require a little bit of power and they require water. Now this mission has a ton of water, so that's not a problem at all. We can easily do this. That'll be wonderful. Now, something that happened in the last mission, I was trying to find in the tech tree the cryo mixer, and I couldn't figure out where it was, cryo fluid. That is down here. Cryo fluid, you mix water and a little bit of titanium to make cryo fluid. Cryo fluid is a better coolant. You use it for power, and you also use it to make your towers, your turrets, more efficient. So, for example, you can make your hail shoot at 1.9 times the fire rate. I'm actually not sure if it's this much, so if it's 90% faster more in addition, or if it's actually 190% in addition to the 100% you already have. I'm not sure. The tooltips sometimes are not correct. I don't quite understand. So you could use that on a hail, and that's great. However, instead we're going to be trying to use, I'm going to try and make ripples. Now ripples will do the same thing. We can use Blast Compound to do significantly more damage because they use mid-tier tower uses higher tier ammo. So we're going to try and do that. But we can also use cryo fluid to increase the speed, the same way we did with the hails. Now, something to note with this is, like, you use, because this building is so much bigger, 3x3, and a hail is 1x1, it does more damage and stuff anyways, but your cryo fluid will go a lot further. If you're using cryo fluid on 5 of these ripples, as opposed to, like, 20 hails, your cryo fluid is going to go a lot further. Does that make sense? So, like, yes, you could use water and cryo fluid on hails, and it's like, okay, but using it on bigger towers like this is way more beneficial. Like, you get way more bang for your buck. It's awesome. So it makes those towers awesome. I'm going to try and use ripples, which is the hail 2.0, basically. It's really, really strong. Very far. It has 36 range, so we're going to be able to shoot really, really far. It's great. For anti-air, we're going to try and use scatter, but we might end up... I'm going to try and use swarmers. We'll see. I need plastanium to make this, so I don't know. This makes homing rockets that shoot enemies, and they're really good. We can also use Pyratite and Blast Compound for this, though, so I'm going to use the same ammo we're using for that. Fun fact, too, about these as well, like, this is a cool thing about this mission. We have all this coal, right? So we're going to turn coal into Pyratite, and we're just adding sand and lead, which sand and lead are free, basically, because I don't use them for anything. It doesn't matter. We can get them super easy. So you just take the coal that we were making into steam, and you can just turn them into Pyratite instead, and then Pyratite can be used to make this next generator after steam. So this requires this. It also requires a little bit of cryo fluid. So you take a little bit of titanium, mix it with water to make cryo fluid, take your coal, and just add sand and lead, which those are free, basically, to get Pyratite. And then a little bit of power. It takes 12 power, I think, for the Pyratite mixer. And then you throw all that in here and you get 960 power instead. So we're going to work our way towards an upgraded steam tower, basically, and it's really, really strong. We're going to get so much power. That'll allow us to make all kinds of cool things, including an overdrive projector. Now this thing's cool. What it does is it increases the speed of things nearby, including conveyor belts, and also makes buildings produce a little bit faster, so you can actually generate like silicone. You can put this in front of your silicone production, for example, and it makes it generate even faster. Little stuff like that. It's kind of cool. So we're going to be doing that for a lot of different things, and we're also going to use that to overdrive our defenses to make them attack a lot faster as well. So anyways, you give it cryo fluid, give it overdrive as well. Both those things multiply off each other. Now your towers are suddenly like 3 or 4 times as good as they were before, or 5 times as good. They're just really, really strong. So overdrive is awesome. It does cost a lot of power though, 210 power to power this. But once you're getting, you know, 960 power, it's awesome. So that's our goal here. We're going to try and get up to Blast Compound, get some awesome towers, and defend here, and upgrade to cryo fluid and a bunch of other things. Now, as far as the requirements for this mission, we do want to get up to, I think it's wave 20. Wave 20 is what we want. Okay, so we're going to try and do that, and that's our goal here. So here we go with level number 6, which is Ruinous Shores. All right, here we go. Also, fun fact, too, I have sound now. Check this out. Oh, yeah. pew, pew, pew. It's awesome. All right, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mining copper. And my big plan here is what I'd like to do is I'd like to actually start getting some Drog miner drones as soon as possible. I mine really fast on my own. It's actually great that I have lead and copper right next to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just abandon doing some of this stuff right away. We're going to just be like, boom, boom, boom. We don't have any graphite, so I'm just going to keep making a bunch of just really bad towers. This only costs copper, which copper's pretty cheap, and I just made a bunch of copper, like, in no time at all. Alright, so you see what I mean, though? Like, I was saying before that I felt like drilling at the beginning, or yeah, mining at the beginning is, like, really good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just route power up here for a little bit, just temporarily. 72 power a second. Okay, so 2 of these is about enough. In fact, I can even do more. Let's go ahead and make a couple more of these. Like, look how backed up this coal is. That's not gonna work. What am I out of copper? So I'm just skipping the entire step of getting copper and lead because I'm gonna be making these instead. Okay, boom. And boom. Okay, so what I just did is now we're getting all this coal is being burned. Okay, so now this bro is going to be mining with me as well. Instantly goes into the base. Like, look at that. Boom. So now I already doubled my output. Boom, boom, boom. Keep building those. So now look at all this power I have. So I have 512 power, right? And now I can disconnect this guy. Boom. And I can make a whole bunch more. So I'm just going to do this right at the beginning of the game, and I'm going to skip the whole... You know, actually I won't do that. Let's leave some space in here in case I need to build something in here. I don't know. I'm out of lead. So I definitely mine faster. I should have enough to make a whole bunch of buildings here real quick, but I'm going to need lead. I don't know how it prioritizes what I think sometimes it only switches when I need it. Luckily I have some patches right next to my base. This is great. I'm just going to run over here real quick. Okay, they are at the top. Okay. They can appear at either you can't really see. They can appear at the top or the bottom. And I think top is a lot harder on this map. I don't actually know. We'll have to see where they come from. Sometimes the enemies go different directions. I don't know. Okay, air goes to the right, or it wants to go to the right now. I don't know if that's because it's prioritizing my base. Oh yeah, though. Look at that. So starting to get lead over here. My lead input's great. It's kind of scary. Like, my drill is so much better than theirs. I'm drilling about as much copper as they are lead for all these guys I have. So the deal is, too, their distance from the base doesn't matter. Like, it's totally irrelevant, because they're going to fly wherever. Like, they only actually drill stuff when I'm low, but if I'm not low, they just chill. Like they're going to hover over here when I'm out, but then as soon as I need it, they're going to go find the closest vein and then go do it. So that's why they were mining over here. But if I cover it up, that's what I should have done in the first place. I should have just covered up all this. Anyways, point being, if I cover this up, they're going to go to the left and mine there instead. I need to go... Actually, I need to stop that enemy. Like, right now. Right meow. Okay, this guy goes straight through here as well. Something... Yeah, I got distracted. My friend was telling me that air units prioritize power. So if I build power somewhere else, they're going to go there instead. And that's a problem. Okay, does this have a unit? It does not. This does, though. Boop. Take the power away from everything that has a unit. Okay, so I'll come back here after a little bit and look at this. Now, my resources... Actually, let's just look at it. Oh, yeah. My resources are great. Okay, let's start working on defenses. I'm going to actually just start destroying some of this stuff real quick. Let's see. So they come... Looks like they're coming up through here. I'd like to route them down here. I've actually had troubles on this map. I played this map once by myself, and I played with friends. And the enemies tend to prioritize, like, weird places. Like, I don't know. We built walls on the top right here, and they still, like, attacked the wall. They didn't go down... We had our defenses down here, just walled this off like crazy. And they still just, like, attacked the wall. They would not do anything else, and I don't know why. The AI in this game is weird. Like, I think it almost has, like, set routes they like to go on or something. I don't know. I don't understand. And it looks like this level tends to just alternate back and forth between doing air and ground, too. Boom. Okay, so check this out. Look how much... See, I already have 1,300 copper. Like, that's crazy that I can build with. So I can make all my... Like, you know, at this point, I'd be, like, really struggling trying to get copper normally. But because we have all this coal, I'm able to just build all this defenses. It's awesome. It's so good. And I'll go ahead and dismantle some of this stuff later. They're giving me titanium, so I can actually make some titanium right now, but I don't want to do that because I want to save it all to make separators. so I can start getting some actual titanium income as opposed to... The titanium I have right now is from breaking stuff like this. Like, I think this container... In fact, we can even look at that. Container, yeah. Container costs 100 titanium. In fact, we can even look at that. So I have 147 titanium right now. How much do I get for this? This cost 100 titanium to make. Oop. Okay, so it looks like I got about 50, I think. Maybe a little less than that? I'm actually not sure. Whatever. Regardless, you get not as much back. That's what I was pointing out. The problem is I want to have anti-air up here too. And I'm not sure, sometimes enemies act a little weird, as I want to have, so I can't build over here, because here's the radius. But what I want to do is I want to build ripples. I obviously can't do this yet because I don't have the resources, and I don't have the ammo for it either, but see the range on this? I want to have like a bunch of these, like maybe even down here somewhere. I could have them kind of low. Just have like a row of these guys and have this completely walled off. So just have a wall far enough back that they don't really attack it, and have all the enemies just go over here. And I can even have this defense back a ways or something, but I need enough room to make a bunch of anti-air towers. So I want to have a bunch of copper defenses somewhere in here, and then have like a whole bunch of healing for it, and then have some ripples right here that are shooting really far. And what'll happen is probably this will kill all the ground by itself. I have a single row of these. I'll probably have 2 rows. But if I have 2 rows of these, like here, for example, boom. So basically right to here. Have this be... I don't want to have it close enough where they're attacking it all the time, though, for now. The reason for this is, just to make it so that it forces them to travel that way, for one thing. If they do try and go down there, at least have some kind of defenses, I guess. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is I'm actually going to make it 2 wide this time, just to make super sure that nothing breaks. Oh yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. I love this. This copper is so crazy. So look, I have 2,000 copper. I've been building copper like practically non-stop, and it's like, you have more. It's not a problem. So ideally what you do is you actually don't do routers like consecutively like this. The reason is because it will, they can like try to pass back and forth. They go, in this case, they go up and down. It's usually not a problem because in this case it's always trying to push it up, but what happens is having a bunch of routers in a row is bad. It actually moves a lot slower. So now that I have a wall, I can just sit here. It's great. So what you do is, instead of doing this, ideally, oops. How did that happen? Oh, you can rotate it. Sweet. Hey, so what I'm doing is I'm holding F to copy paste. You can flip with using these buttons, but you can also rotate. Sweet. That's cool. Oh, that brings up some interesting possibilities. Anyways, what I was saying is, ideally you alternate with conveyors. If you're using routers, anyways. There's other things you can do that are really cool that I'll explain later with other things. But for now, this is better. Ideally, is what you want to do. I'm not doing it for this obviously because I have so much copper stuff. It's great. Something else fun too that you can do. Check this out. They updated it so you can just go right across, and automatically places a junction, which is cool. All right, let's find some lead. Lead, you. I need you in my life. And I will use all the scrap for sure. But for now, I'm just trying to get some stuff up here. Now, so far, air keeps coming to the right. We'll see. I have a feeling they're gonna come over here as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of defenses down here as well. Air makes me nervous, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this over here. Just the range isn't like super great. I don't know. I want to have a big enough cluster that if they come here or here, that they'll die instantaneously. I just want to make sure there's no issue at all. This can all go away. So that's a lot of Metaglass I'm getting from these. Again, you get something like, I don't know what it is, 50, 30% of the resources, 40%? I'm not sure how much it is. So this is giving me Metaglass and graphite is what I'm getting from all these. The scrap stuff, I'm not sure what you get from that. Scrap walls. But yes, blowing up all this stuff is giving me resources. Okay, so next, we need some graphite. Like, what do I even have? You can go to your tech tree. The blue numbers is what I currently have in stock, because I haven't launched anything. So if you go to your tech tree, this is a funny way of doing this. I wish there was some way to see this other than doing this. Okay, graphite, I have 38, which is nothing. I'm probably going to need graphite first before I can do anything. So let's go back to the base. I could probably disable all these guys now. Yeah, look at that. Okay. In fact, the simplest way to do that would be to just blow all these up. So all this, in fact, I might even just, it's all just copper and lead anyways. You know, let's see what this is. Is it air? Great, because I don't have lead there yet. Gotta watch out for that air, man. Okay, so now once air is dead, it'll be fine. I think what I'll do is I'll actually build way over here. Get all this. Really? Oh, it's graphite. Oh, I'm silly. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to get graphite. I was like, why didn't it work? I wonder if I could go across this later. I probably could. You know, in fact, I could do like this later. Boom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. Alright, cover up some of this copper, because nobody cares about copper. Solar panels are cool. We'll leave those. Everything else can go away. This will give me graphite. I guess I should just go ahead and build more, though, just so I have some graphite coming. I only have enough to do a couple. 36, yeah. This one only has like a single drop on it. So it looks like stuff's dying over here. I probably need to get some healing going. They're definitely smacking these walls. Now, I have experience... It looks so far enemies are heading to the left. One thing I want to see is I have seen where... I can make some steam now. I think. No, I can't. I need silicone. What I'm thinking is I'd actually like to build, like, way down here or something, maybe. Alright, what I'm thinking is I'll do over here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put silicone behind. Over here, it'll be great. 1, 2, 3. I can eventually support something like 8. I'm actually not even sure how many. A lot, though. Too many. Okay, so I learned this cool trick the other day. So, check this out. So I'm going to have more than... I'm going to have 8, I think, silicone smelters is I think what I can support here. So I figured out a trick to load these up really, really fast. So you know how routers, you can have them have 1 input and 3 outputs is what I've been using the most of the time to split things. But you can also have multiple inputs and 1 output, which I always thought was kind of silly because it'd be limited by the capacity of the output, you know? That's true on conveyor belts. However, things move through junctions and stuff faster. You know how I can use like titanium conveyors through junctions and stuff, even though junctions only cost copper? Like titanium conveyors are more expensive and stuff, but it still moves through the junction at the speed of the titanium conveyor. Now that's not actually true. What it is things actually move through junctions faster than a titanium conveyor. Okay, so I can have up to 3 inputs to a router, and then it travels through all this stuff really, really, really fast. So if I have 3 inputs of a resource, it goes meow, and it goes to the overflow gate, and it goes, starts spitting it downwards, goes to the next overflow gate, starts spitting it downwards, next overflow gate, starts spitting it downwards, boom, 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 starts spitting out everything. So if I have a full conveyor of titanium conveyor of all this stuff of each resource, it fills these all up really fast and produces all kinds of stuff. So this is crazy how fast this is. So I'm not actually gonna quite get it all done right now. It doesn't really matter, I don't need this much, but I did just want to like get it started. So this is all copper anyways, it's cheap, I can do copper all day long. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making sand and stuff. I should probably work on... So you'll notice here pretty quick, like I might even have just a full conveyor right here. That's fine because I want to have multiple conveyors. If I have tons and tons of conveyors of coal, that's actually fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do, check this out too, I can just go right across conveyors and it automatically makes junctions now, which is cool. Maybe I'll just do copper for now, like copper's free, basically, so I can do as much copper as I want. So I'm going to upgrade these drills later and I will produce significantly more coal. There's actually some tricks. You can add water to it, but there's a bunch of other things you can do too that'll make these drills way better. We don't quite have the technology at this exact moment to do that, but I'll be doing that later in this video. Alright, we'll see how this goes. I might have to... In fact, I might even just do it now. Separate these. Yeah. In fact, I might even have to do it already. See how this goes. There's a lot more on the bottom path instead. Fun thing here too is like I can make all the copper drills that I want. Doesn't matter. And I can always replace these later too. I could do something totally different with sand. Maybe I should just do that for now anyways. Like, whatever. Okay, that definitely is unhappy. So check this out. So we have all this sand coming in. What's going to happen is, so you notice, look at all this coal, for example. It's all dispensing over here. Oh, by the way, I don't have any power. That's a problem. Okay. So I think these guys take 30 apiece, top of my head. Silicone. 30 power apiece, these make 60. So it'll burn some coal. I have way more than enough coal anyways, so this will start producing silicone. Okay, so check this out. So what's happening is... Ooh, that one's going the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so all this sand goes in. It goes into this guy and it spits it all the way out to the right. And so it's moving through these guys way faster than it is through all these guys. So notice how fast it's filling all these up. And these takes 2 sand per silicone. So it actually takes quite a bit. We can just go right across. Have more than enough sand for all that. And just because I was talking about it earlier, I can show what I was trying to do here. Just have to make sure I don't touch any of these drills. And now what'll happen is this will actually spit silicone out right here. So that's kind of wasteful. The reason I wanted to show it, though, is just to show how I could get through here. I'm just showing how I can utilize the small space to do something cool. Alright, silicone incoming. In fact, man, I almost need another whole conveyor of silicone. That's how fast it's producing. Well, not quite. I guess it's just totally full. Completely full of silicone, which is great. And I'll replace this with titanium conveyors at some point. Now, the reason I wanted to go through the side, even though it's kind of a long path to get there, is that I want to use all this coal, maybe. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet what's going to happen, like how needed those resources are. Okay, so we have silicone coming. I'm blowing this up in the meantime while I'm waiting for silicone to get to the base. Once I have silicone, I'll be able to make steam, and then I'm going to start working on some of the other resources. I could also start working on Metaglass, which maybe that's a thing. You know, let's go look at this real quick. 3 enemies. I want to see where air's going. I need power so I can start healing my towers. I think that air is going over here to the right as well, which is fine. If they keep doing that, that's great. I have noticed, one of my friends says that he thinks that enemies prioritize power, or like air units do. Ground units will just go wherever the closest path is towards the base-ish. Sometimes the pathing in this game is weird. I don't quite understand what does what, I guess. Steam. I want to see if enemies go towards wherever there's power. See if my friend's theory is correct. He's quite a smart dude, so I tend to just believe whatever he tells me. Because he usually only says stuff like that after he's done a lot of testing and stuff anyways. He's sure if he says something like that. Now I might just instantly... So here's the thing though. Maybe I shouldn't do this yet. Let's not do it yet. Because I want to see... I think that was air that I just fought though. But if air units don't go towards this, and then I build it afterwards, and then they do go towards it, then I'll know for sure. There we go. Bloop. Oh, well, maybe that's silly. I should go the long way around. I don't want to blow up. I want to make sure nothing bad happens. Bad things are no fun. Alright, let's see where the enemies appear from, and then this is probably going to be ground, I betcha. These are all suicidal ground units. I guess I don't have a lot of copper, like, coming to the defense. Yeah, I guess I'll just go somewhere else and come back. I want to see where air comes from. I think it's air every other wave, I think. Alright, I have all kinds of silicone coming to the base. These guys are just chilling. They're mining all this stuff. Whatever. Actually, they're just sitting around. That's interesting. I thought they went back and hovered over their dubers. Do they, like... Yeah, they do. They fly away from me. That's interesting. When I bonk into them. Alright, let's make a Metaglass while I'm waiting. Problem is I'm going to need power for this, but I can start getting going on it. Lead and sand. There's lead here. Okay, so let's go like this. Alright, so same thing. Go down here. Make a router. So this guy's sand, this guy's lead. Awesome. So, lots and lots of sand. These should be full conveyors at this point. Now, at some point, I'm going to want to upgrade all these, probably to pneumatic drills, I guess. Probably that would be enough to do that, I guess. Looks like this is pretty full. I'm relatively happy with that. Let's go ahead and just throw some more in there, just because we can. I don't know if those will even get a chance to fire. Looks like it's good. Okay, we have sand. Sand has been had. Did I miss a wave? Maybe. Let's coal. Or lead. We'll lead. We'll lead like you wouldn't believe. Alright, well that's great for copper drills. Whatever. Okay, so these will start making stuff. Unfortunately, I'm gonna run over there as soon as this wave starts though. Start getting a thing going across, so I can get stuff to the base. I'm surprised like how many waves. This level has waves coming pretty often. I need power for this, which I guess temporarily I could just do this. Like who cares? I can replace this later. It's just copper. Okay, I'll probably use this for something else later. Go ahead and dismantle these. You know, I don't have time for this. Let's get this going to the base. I still don't have this fully reaching yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this go behind as well. I'm trying to like leave this whole... This is like a super nice crafting area, so I'm trying to leave it all nice and happy. Alright, so boom, boom, boom. There we go. So this becomes silicone, this will become graphite. How am I doing on all these, by the way? Pretty good. And I still have some metaglass from just dismantling things. Alright, let's run back. Check out the defense. Hopefully this will be air. I want to see where air is going right now. It's not air. I feel like I can't stall anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and make steam. I mean, if it's a problem, I'll just deal with it. Oh. That was silly of me, I guess. I don't know, I should have just done this sooner, I guess. I was just trying to see. I wanted to see definitively if that was what caused it to happen or not. This is more water than I strictly need to, but it's fine. So here I have a whole bunch of power now. This should easily keep all this stuff alive from now on. Also, are these taking damage at all? Looks like not. You know, I might want to place a single mender. What I'm thinking is this will probably take damage. I don't know if they can attack that from there. Yeah, whatever. That's probably enough to keep this from dying. It'll just kind of die. You know? Let's go ahead and make a... that blew up over time. Not even sure what happened to air guys, I guess. But now they have healing, so they should survive. So, power's great. We have silicone, we have some graphite, we have metaglass. So, the next thing to make is either pyratite for ammo, or we can start working on... well, two things. We can get pyratite to make blast compound and stuff, but I think what I want to do is I want to start getting titanium as soon as possible. We have some metaglass now, so I can route things with that. So, let's work on getting a separator going. Also, fun fact, so check this out. So I have, you can make schematics now, which are just preset dubers of stuff. So, let's see, I'm going to make a separator, so I already have one set up here. And it's set for basic resources too, so it's not, well actually it has a little bit of titanium conveyors in there, I guess. And I can spin it and stuff too. That's awesome. I love spinning it. Alright, so this is great. So I need power for these. I'm not sure how much power they even use, but I'll just route the power over here. I'll just route it from behind. I try to place them at these weird little intersection things, because can't build anything there anyways. And now another thing we can do too, check this out. So laser drills, they take 66 power, but they create tons and tons of a unit, so of whatever. So what I can do is if I make laser drills on top of these big clusters of stuff, so like I could place one here, for example, because this is totally full. Boom. And I could place one here. Boom. Takes 60 power, which is really expensive. These guys cost titanium to make, so they are kind of expensive, but check this out. This is overkill, for sure. But I'm going to use it, is why I'm doing this. Like, for sure. I will definitely use all this. Now, at this point, what's going to happen is these guys are going to create a whole bunch of copper and lead, but I don't care about copper and lead at all. I really, really don't want them. So, what this did is I told it to go ahead and... Is this air units? No? Okay, I don't care then. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a incinerator. What's going to happen is this makes coal, or this makes, sorry, makes copper, lead, and titanium and graphite is what this makes. Now, unfortunately, I don't need any copper or lead at all. In fact, I can't even put it in the base because I'm so full. I'm going to try and use all my titanium making belts going over here. I think I'm going to run out here in a second, though. But as soon as it starts getting to base, I'll have titanium, so I'm just going to get all the graphite and titanium going there. I think I'm going to use my titanium to do this. Oh no. Stop. Whatever, just go. Don't have quite enough. Once this gets going on good, I'm going to destroy my graphite production in the top right, and then I'll just use all this instead. So all the scrap, like you see there's this big cluster of scrap here, but there's a bunch of, like, there's some over here, there's like a little patch right there, there's a bunch right there, there's some right here, there's some right next to my base, there's a huge patch down here. I think this is all scrap. Yeah, it is. There's all this down here. But anyways, if I turn all this into titanium, it takes a lot of power to do that, but if I turn all this into titanium, I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to actually run. Hopefully this is air. So I unlocked the ability to configure this mission that lets me launch with more stuff at the beginning, or like when I start this mission. Wow, there's like no air. Like, hasn't been air in a long time. 635 titanium. Wow, my titanium's already at 35 or 128. That's crazy. Well, I did just I did just dismantle some stuff though, so maybe that's it. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. Go ahead and do this. I hate to do this because it's so expensive. Oh, I don't have a Metaglass. Wow. Really? Wait, what happened to my Metaglass? Does it not have enough power? No, it's going there. Okay, well, I guess I just used it all up. Alright. Surprised I'm running out of... I thought titanium would be my hold up here, but apparently... so fun fact too for you, by the way. I don't know why. You can make bridges with conduit as well. However, it's not as fast, supposedly. Like, so it's better to bridge over with your other stuff, and then leave this stuff as happy as possible. Okay, so if I get more scrap, then life will be good. You know what? We have all kinds of copper. Copper forever. Copper in the house. Doesn't hurt anything. Copper never hurt anybody. So I'm gonna have to move my lead belt at some point to make room for all this scrap. Air? Air? No. Dude, there's never air. I just want to see what it even does. This takes titanium, which is rough. Oh, titanium. No air. Still. Either that or it appeared and I blew it up so fast I couldn't tell. Once I get this titanium going, it'll be great. I'll probably just fast forward through a bunch of this. I'm just going to be... Oh, gosh. I'm making slag go everywhere. That's actually really bad. So slag can set things on fire? Which, you know, nothing bad ever happened with that. Like that. You know what? Let's just do this for now. Let the slag go away. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Temporarily. Keep my buildings alive. Pretty sure this will work just fine. Yeah, looks like it's still working. Okay, great. So. This... Oh. Right, okay, I get it now. Because I don't have this here anymore. There we go. Now it's making slag. Just trying to figure out what was going on there. Alright. Separator. Boom. Just a little bit more. Every single one of these I make will increase my titanium, so it's a good thing. Okay, so what I got going on here is this isn't quite done making all these separators yet. What's going to happen is it's going to split these guys, so it gets rid of all the copper and lead. So this one goes down, and it says copper, go left, boom. Oh, doesn't have any power. Oh no. Did they break my... What happened? Power 0. What happened? Negative power. Because there's no coal? I just finally used enough power, I guess? Alright, now this might be air. Nope. Lots and lots of coal. Yeah, I guess it is only burning every once in a while. Speaking of which, I guess this one isn't even connected. This is the problem too. This incinerator has to keep going the whole time. It only costs 18 power, I think, but I need this to be going to get rid of the lead and copper, because if it goes to this point and this is plugged with copper because it can't burn because this doesn't have any power, then nothing here can pass through this inverted sorter because it's full of copper currently, trying to go over. So what it's doing is it says all the copper, boom, boom. So copper, bam, bam. And then it sends all the lead, bam, bam, like that. Now I can try, another thing I can do is, one thing to know too is you can't have two sorters in a row. It breaks, it doesn't like that. So that's why I had to have this little separator thing. There's probably a better way to do it. And maybe I could even send all this through the same thing. The thing is, this is like a totally full dealio by itself. Using scrap is like painful. The separators are like, okay, it's better than nothing for sure, but... Alright, these guys are terrible. Wave 20. See, I can technically launch now. I mean, I guess that's all I had to do, but like, I have all these big plans for this map. What I could do too, I mean, it's up to me, like, really, you can launch whenever you want. I actually don't know what the requirement is for the next levels after that if you need this. Probably not. This is probably all I had to do. It's kind of weird. This game, like, your minimum requirements are actually pretty simple. I never got any power to this water. The reason I was bringing it over here is so I could generate more scrap. Right now I have more scrap than I need. I honestly just don't have enough separators. At some point I'm going to have to increase the flow on this because this is going to get plugged up. What I might do eventually is I'll separate all of the graphite and the titanium. What you can do, actually, it's kind of a fun little trick, is you can throw everything into a vault. Oh, maybe I don't have a vault yet. Okay, well I can throw it in containers. So this costs 100 titanium, which is expensive. But I can throw everything in there, have multiple things shooting into it, and then you just surround it in unloaders, with unloaders. So unloaders, you have them take all the titanium and spit it out onto one conveyor of titanium, and you have a couple of these guys spitting out spitting out this stuff. So what you do is you just throw everything in there. Technically, I could do that here too. I could just tell it to go ahead and throw all of the, like, put everything into a container, and then just say unload copper, burn it. So I could do, I don't want to use, wow, they cost titanium, wow, those are expensive. It might not seem like it, but my titanium production has gone up a lot. I need more slag going to this for this to work properly. Of this, in fact, I think actually I need titanium conveyors for these in order for them to really fully, in fact, actually, you know what really increase my production is to just do this. Boom. That right there would increase my production a lot, because this is all limited by this. So there we go, boom. So now these are producing twice as fast. They have all the slag now. That's actually kind of crazy. That probably increased my total titanium by like 33%. Just doing that. All right, now you can see this is starting to get pretty bogged down. I hate to do this. Goodbye resources. Actually, maybe that is a good thing to... Well, I'm going to have to stop doing this because this is my titanium, so I need to let it get to the base so I can actually get titanium to even make the bridges or whatever. All right, this is great. So my titanium is getting there way faster, and my graphite. Honestly, too, by the way, what does my graphite look like? 1K? It's fine. If I had like 4K, I was going to destroy my graphite to the top right. Here's another thing too. So because these are all on the same conveyor belt, if I don't separate them and potentially blow them up in case they get too full, I could totally ruin it and like break things. It'd be bad. So as long as these guys can keep going, it'll just constantly spit these out. So that just increased my production a lot too. There is way too much stuff on this conveyor belt now. That sounds like air. Nope, it's not. Dude, when is air? Are you air? No. It's more of these kamikaze guys. Okay, so what I was trying to do is I was trying to bring some phase conduit over here so that I could bring water to this. Once I power this, because here's the thing, water will increase the production of this by a lot. Like, I'm not sure on the exact amount, it's 2.25 or something like that. It's a ton. Also, can I make a laser drill? Totally can, only costs 20. Oh man, laser drills only cost 20? Wow, that is so cheap. So I'm using regular pipes right now. All I'm doing just because they're cheaper. Okay, so what's going to happen is it takes it a while because this is pumping like crazy, and then it's going to. In fact, we can just make some more. Why not? How's my power doing? I have a lot of power. That's great. This is going to steadily build up pressure. Or this tank is filling up. Then this is going over here. Check out. Look at this production now. So you're like, well, why'd you do all that? That seems kind of nuts. No, it's good. Let's just replace a couple of these for now. My graphite's not... I'm getting a bunch of graphite from all this anyway. I really want to see air units. I want to see where they're going. Are they going south? Is it ground units again? Dude, they had so many air at the very beginning, and now I haven't seen any at all. All right, pyrite. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it way down here somewhere. Coal, lead, and sand. This is great. So maybe I can steal like half of this. Maybe I could do it over here. This is a nice space. What if I did that? And then we can just copy paste this. Boom. Boom. Okay, so here's a fun little trick. This is a sorter. What sorters do is you put something into it. So in this case, I have it set to Metaglass. So it says, if Metaglass comes into it, then continue forward. If it's anything else, send it left or right. Now the reason this is cool is because I could put a router here. The reason is if you put a router here, it tries to fill it up with pyrite. By doing this, it doesn't actually do that. I don't even know quite why. I think it actually is filling it up with pyrite, but then it won't clog it for some reason. So by having a sorter here, which is kind of weird, I can router both directions, but it doesn't fill up with pyrite. So meanwhile, pyrite only comes out through here, which is weird. I know. I don't quite understand why that's even a thing. So I need to get these power. These guys, so this one goes to here, this one goes to here, this one goes to here. You know, there's a lot of coal right here. And I think I could use some power. Just a little bit. So I need 60 power to power 2 laser drills, right? It's kind of funny. I'm breaking all this lead elsewhere, and I'm gathering all these. Like, I don't know. This kind of seems anticlimactic, or like against. I don't know. The exact opposite of what I've been doing this whole time. But here I am burning coal or lead on one side of the map, and I'm gathering it all up elsewhere. But here's the thing, though. This will give me more than enough for a little while. Let's see what this lead looks like. It's not all that great. Yeah, look at all this. Look at all this lead I have going here now. It's a lead party. All the lead that's coming from this is going to go over here. And what I can do is I can just tell it, hey, if this is full, go over here. Okay, I'm actually going to need more lead than that, so it's great. If I keep separating up here, and like all around here. This whole area is going to be filled with separators. If I just keep doing this, then I'm going to take all the lead from this and turn it all into power. All right. Okay, let's replace all these. Boom. Oh no, I just realized I did something really stupid. I never supplied power to this incinerator. So this whole time, it wasn't doing that. I'm not getting anything to the base because my stuff is broken. Okay, that's a huge problem. I had it overflowing and everything, but it wasn't doing anything because I didn't have anywhere to go. So now it's incinerating lead. Oh, see, it was blocked here this whole time. Yeah, see, there it finally goes. That was bad. I haven't been getting titanium. See, I just realized it. I realized it because I saw that this didn't have power, and I was like, wait, it was all backed up. It feels bad, man. I don't know how long it's been that way. I've been working on all the sand and stuff. It's been probably been plugged for a long time. Okay, so what's happening is these middle ones are all going to be lead. Air? Nope. Of course not. They don't believe in air. Air doesn't exist anymore. Okay, if I need more sand, I can throw it in right here. This is going to eventually be really long. It'll cover up some of the scrap, actually. This is going to be pyrite at some point. The last thing is coal. All right, so these all have power. Once they get coal, it'll spit it out over here, spit it on the right side. Boom. New content unlocked. Oh, yeah. Let's see what this is. Pause. Is there air? There is not. Of course there isn't. Like, why would you have air? Why would you have air when you can have ground? Titanium. 60 titanium a piece. Oh. I'm going to need power for these. Actually, I'm going to need power for all this stuff. Man. Okay. Got some more power. Got another 700 something. Alright, we're going to go see if that's air. I doubt it. Like, I don't actually want air. I just want to know. Of course it's not. I'm not complaining, I guess. I don't want air. I've been worried about air this whole time, and it just never happened. I don't know. It's weird. Like, as soon as I started making, I'm like, yeah, here's all this anti-air defenses. They're like, nope. I need titanium for this to work. This is going to keep getting more and more intense, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to separate these already. So here's the thing, like, once I can start getting more power, I can make significantly more titanium. The other fun thing about, here I am trying to get to really high technology. Maybe this is kind of silly on this map, I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I still think it's cool. Oh, nope. How much are they hurting it? They're actually hurting it pretty good now. That one especially is like really getting damaged. Once I start getting to blast compound, which I will soon, then I'll be really good as far as taking care of them. Okay, so this is all filled with water. These are all, well, they're not yet because they don't have titanium. Right, that's why I came up here. I hate to do this. Maybe I don't even want to do this. This is just silly. Let's just make one little separator duber down here. How much power do I have? 700. Of course I'm out of titanium. And what else? What else is new? Air? Man, distracting them actually, like, reduces the damage you take quite a bit. So again, unfortunately I can't have two sorters in a row. So now what it's doing is I'm gonna have more things over here in a second. In fact, maybe I could just do it. How much titanium do I have? 37, not much. Okay, let's get this to the cryofluid. Quick, andere. And what I might do actually is just disconnect that one. Yeah, so right now what's gonna happen, this is the only one that's going to have cryofluid at the moment. And I think what you do is you just go like this. You just fill this up right here. So now I'm spitting out cryofluid. Unfortunately, I'm breaking things. Differential power. Boom, here we go. Titanium. Oh, it takes a lot. Let's just throw a tank over here somewhere. A tank is next to something that can spit it out. Then it will. So this acts like a router. Watch what this does. My power is like top notch. It's not hurting anything. Why not? What could happen? The thing I need with this is spores. Actually, I can't quite do that yet. I guess that's fine. I'll come back to this. Anyways, I have power now. Power's awesome. I should look and see. Is it probably regular enemies? They're always regular enemies. On wave 34. Like, oh my goodness. Alright, let's flip. Shouldn't it be X is flip horizontal? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so all these are going to make titanium as well, and it's going to burn everything else, which is sad. Like, I'd rather keep that graphite, but this is just to get enough titanium for these guys. So I'm making more cryofluid, right? And I already have tons and tons of pyratite, so I can just go like this. Regardless, so now this is making lots of power too. Yay, so I have thousands of power, so that's great. So check that out. So I have power for days. So now I can make whatever I want. So let's go over here. By the way, what's my titanium and graphite look like? Graphite in particular is what I'm interested in. Okay, 3K, it's fine. More ground units. I'm gonna move this. Oh, nope. Just gonna nope out of there. All right, so these all have water now, which is crazy. That'll make them really happy. See how the water's doing. It seems like the pressure's good in the tank. So as long as the pressure's good here and the pressure's good here, like everything's gonna be great. Now, I guess one comment about that though, these aren't drilling yet because they both don't have power. We might even, you know, we have the power. We have the power. We can do it. This is gonna be way too much for this conveyor belt probably. It's gonna be like, oh! That's the sound it makes. You know, here's the thing about these enemies too, that probably the air is coming across here and I'm just not seeing it. Then again, I never see this lead move, so I don't know. What's the status of the base? Now, I'm not sure. Okay, 9K is my limit, so I'm still like way below the threshold for graphite. I love that sound. Nope, I don't. No air. We don't believe in air. We gave up on them a long time ago. More separators. Because reasons. Is that too much flow for this one thing? Probably. Well, it seems like it's okay, actually. Nope. Okay, how's the water pressure here, by the way? Seems like it's fine. Great. There's lots of stuff. Well, these aren't powered on yet, so doesn't really tell me much. So now what happens is these will all spit out onto here. This might be way too much for it too. Give it power. That's a good thing for it to have. It likes power. How's my power doing? I need more. I need more. More power. Okay, so what's going to happen is if it can't spit it down, it's going to spit it to the right instead. So it's going to fill this guy up, which that's now overflowing too. There's all these guys. Yeah, so okay, I need to like start thinking about upgrading this to something else. Okay, so I'm almost ready to start making blast compound. I need spores. Spores require energy. How's my energy doing? Over 1,000. All right, it is time to start getting spores. Cultivators. What does that mean? Key? 2124. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, you can press numbers now. What? 24. What the heck? You know, I think that actually just changed. I stopped for dinner. Since when? 24. It's a water extractor. 25. All right. Cool. Well, that's exciting. Now I can't move. So there's that. Well, I paused. Yeah, that would help. Unpause the game. Good job. Let's place a rotary pump where I can surround it in cultivators instead. I mean, how much water... Actually, maybe that's a better question. How much water does a cultivator need? It says it needs 25. But it needs 25 every... How often, though? 2.33 seconds. How much water? 48 units per second equals 10... It needs 10 units of water per second. And then how much does a regular mechanical pump give? 6 units of second. Yeah, so I was right. It's just 2 mechanical pumps is fine. Let's just not do it this way. Let's do it the way I was planning on doing it. And these will steadily just make spores. Now, I'm not actually sure how many you need. Do it way over here, though. So in case I want to add more of those bros, I can. We can even do like that. Yeah. Aha, see, I learned that corner trick. I understand it now. I get it. Go across copper, because nobody cares about copper. Enemies, what do you want to bet? There's no air. I'm gonna go anyways. I can't risk it. There's a chance. Wow, there's a lot of ground units now. I'm working on it. I'm getting blast compound. Wow, they're kind of destroying some of these walls pretty good now. Okay, so what this is going to do is this is going to make lots and lots of spores, and it'll be great. We're going to be like Bridge. And Bridge. Yep. How much power do I have? I'm going to need more power. More power! Alright, so that probably took a whole bunch of power. Looks like it's not too bad, actually. Why do these not have... Oh, they don't have water. Okay. That would help. Give them water. So they're destroying this every time now. But here in a little bit, I'm going to make a bunch of ripples down here. Not very long. Oh, wait, I need plastanium, don't I? Aha! I can do it. It'll be great. Bloop. Blast compound. Alright, so let's get the blast compound over to this other area. Here we go, ripples. Now, another fun fact here is I can't just place this here, and that's fine, but something that's really, really good for these towers is to give them cryo fluid. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to route cryofluid somewhere, and we'll work with that as well. But these do take a lot of titanium, which is kind of rough. I think what I might do, actually, let's go like this. Maybe that'll fit better. I want to put another ripple here, is why I'm doing that. Oop, okay, so let me explain how this works. So an output will spit it both directions. It'll spit it in every direction. So right here, what it does is it goes over, and then it goes bloop, bloop, bloop. It acts like a router, just spitting it out everywhere it can. So what I did, though, is you can connect them. What that tells it to do is just don't spit it out every direction, just only as soon as it gets here, it immediately goes to the left. I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to disconnect this. So this is telling it, hey, spit it out every way. Then it goes into this bridge. This bridge says, hey, go north. Actually, that's a good point. This isn't going to put stuff over here. Okay, and then this one can also touch all those. All right, much better plan. So now, oh wait, no, I can't do this. Right, these can't be ammo in the middle at all. Never mind. Never mind, I'm silly. I do need to send ammo over here. Ammo. But I need this to be cryofluid. Yeah, see, so it feeds ammo on the top and it feeds it on the bottom, but it does not feed it through the middle. And the reason is because that's going to be cryofluid instead. Alright, so these guys have blast compound. This next attack, once it comes, these guys are going to blow up like so hard. Unless they're air. Anyways, I still haven't seen any air. But anyways, these guys will probably blow them up before they ever get close at all. It'll just be so horrible. They're going to die really hard. Now water. So here's a fun thing too. So check this out. So I have this space right here because I have these bridges. So I can go like this. Liquid bridge conduit. Boom, boom. And then go like this. I can just use regular conduit because it's cheaper. I need to bring water over here. So check this out. And in fact, like I can even, all right, so it's going to spit this both directions, and now I have room to place pipe over here. I'm going to use nice pipe for here, and I just need to make some cryofluid. Now, I might as well just do that here. I need titanium to do that, though. You know, it probably would make the most sense. You know what, let's watch this wave. This wave's probably nasty. In fact, there's a boss. See how this goes. Oh no, it's an air boss, too. Nice. Okay, so these guys are just nasty. Yep, so ripples, you know. But my ripples aren't good enough. I need more. My overkill ratio is just not high enough. So I need to improve upon that. And yeah, it's just not gonna work. You know, I just need to fix it. It's just kind of bothering me, you know. I just expected better. So I need to rectify that situation. I just want there to be no doubt, you know? Like I'm just, are they dead? Like I don't want it to even be a question. I want you to just look at it and be like, yeah, they're dead. And right now it's just not doing it for me, you know? So here's an example of what I was talking about. So this bridge connects to this bridge, but then it immediately goes onwards. That means this does not outflow onto these at all. It only just moves from one space to the other, which is kind of cool because you can actually like move a lot of stuff through here doing it that way. And liquid junction, which I've never actually used before. I knew it's a thing, I just have never done it. Because we're doing cryofluid going one way and water going the other. I'm just going to bring it all over from my other cryofluid. I'm just going to have one cryofluid plant. My reasoning for that is actually because I have titanium down there. I don't want to have to bother with bringing titanium somewhere else. Of course, this is an expensive amount of titanium that I'm spending on this. The reason I'm building this all out of titanium pipes instead, which is very expensive by the way, is just because I don't have a lot of titanium to waste, is because it travels faster, or it moves water quickly. And it instantly fills these all up. Okay, so these are all filled with cryofluid, so they attack even faster. Because they weren't fast enough, you know? Alright, so I'll make some better towers here soon, and they take blast compound. So I can just have some really nice towers here that take blast compound instead. I want to wait for this to build up a little bit more. In order to produce more... Actually, I think these are all producing constantly. They don't have enough power. Wait, really? Oh, I am out of power. What? It's empty. You know, I think what happened is they stopped producing... These aren't producing as much stuff as they used to be. this dipped down a little bit, and because I sent it all, suddenly all the flow was going that way. It like emptied the entire tank. The tank spits it out, but it emptied the entire thing, which is weird. Okay, so what we can do is check this out. So you can just be like, bloop. What's kind of cool about this is that it just instantly makes the bridges and stuff too. So these are going to automatically fill up with, see, it's unloading all this stuff. It's filling up with titanium. So these are going to start making, as soon as they have power anyways. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to boost my cryo fluid even more. In order to do that, I probably have to go ahead and do more separators and stuff down here. Whoa, what happened here? That's sad. Oh, these weren't producing anything the whole time. I won't get it there in time at all. See, like, it doesn't even matter that they can't even get over here. This is what I was saying before. I really wanted to do this. The overkill ratio is still not high enough though. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and replace these. So what's the status of a... Okay, right, Swarmer takes plastanium. Okay, I can't make the better anti-air towers until I have plastanium. I might have to redesign this a little bit more. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so I can... Kind of like how I did this, I want to route... In fact, I might even just do this just so you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have... like, I want to have a pipe going out of this and have another generator out here. So likewise, I'm going to have another generator eventually right here. Or right here, like this. And then I'm going to have another one, boom, right here. So I can have pipes going out like this. So I go, bloop. Oops, I don't want to connect that one yet because it'll have cryo fluid go splashing everywhere. If you make a single junction, or whatever, single pipe, just like open-ended, it'll just spit stuff everywhere. It's terrible. You waste so much power. Okay, now I need to connect this. It's not currently doing that, so that's bad. Okay, great. So my power is pretty smoking now. Pretty good. This is making me a little bit nervous. I think I actually don't have enough titanium to support it, is I think what's happening. Yeah, see, like, this is out. And the other sad thing is I have yeah, it suddenly drops in cryo fluid whenever the guys attack. So what I might do, I don't need cryo fluid over here. Power is much more important. If my power dies, it's a bad news bears. So let's do like this temporarily, and we'll cut that off. So this will steadily drain over time, but this will stop it from taking any more. That's what that did. So I just put a junction in there real quick. So this will only fill up and will only prioritize power for now. Once I get enough titanium going, then I'll boost that again, but I don't want to risk it. I suppose what I could do, like, what's my power at now? Lots? Yeah, a whole lot of lots. I need to get this going like right away though, too. So I needed to just, boom, get this up there because I just completely destroyed all of my cryo fluid right now. I mean, as soon as I run out of titanium, my cryo fluid stops. If I run out of cryo fluid, I run out of energy. These will only run with energy, so I need to get this. This needs to go, like, now. Alright, so this feels a little safer now. I'm going to go ahead and start adding water. Again, remember that water will increase the effectiveness by 2.5 times percent, or 2.56, whatever it is. It's something crazy. So it's really, really good. This is going to be a huge upgrade. So I'll go ahead and blow these up. Let's get some junctions in here. So we'll just be like, this can go like this. I guess actually we'll do like that. Boom and boom. I guess I don't really need super awesome pressure here for this one. Let's get some power going over here. I think you can just do that. It's got power. Boom, it's got water. So these are going to start producing like here in a second. Wow, once they start having water. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Might not look like it. This increased my titanium flow a lot. Still not like... Wow, this tank is still empty. I don't know, man. Is this leaking somewhere? No? I feel like what's happening is every time that cryo fluid gets here, it's trying to put it into this pipe. Is what I feel like it's doing. Yeah, see, these aren't getting cryo. What is going on? Am I out of power? I am. I'm negative power now. You know, I feel like I almost need to just disconnect this from the grid entirely, or like just take all the steam and only have it connected to my power grid down there, because this keeps happening. It keeps getting disconnected. So let's like take this. I need all this going. I need all this going. I guess all the stuff to the south. This all has to keep going. So yeah, okay, now I'm positive power. I think what was happening is it was still trying to fill up this massive pipe. See, blast compound is not the most accurate thing in the world, but here's kind of the fun thing about that, though, is that as the waves get bigger and bigger, the amount of guys gets bigger and bigger too, and so the splash damage ends up being really effective as opposed to single target stuff. It's just good. Okay, so life is good. I almost died, but I didn't, so that's good. I still have way more scrap than I can use, so I need to make another one of these. Which is insane. I almost need a whole other incinerator. This is like a little too much at this point. This feels like such a waste. I'm just doing this all for titanium, which that's the thing that I use a lot of. I don't know. Just all this copper and graphite especially. There's a lot of wasted graphite. Actually, you know what we should do? I should go like this. That's what I should do. There we go. That'll evenly distribute all that stuff. Cryofluid is happy. My power is actually not that happy. Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened to all this? Oh, because I never reconnected it. Wait. That's a problem. I disconnected everything else. I stopped making pyrite. Once this gets down here, I'll start kind of making stuff again. I don't know, man. See, I disconnected all this stuff because I was thinking like all the scrap production, like it just didn't matter. Speaking of which, I haven't checked the base in a long time. What's my, okay, my graphite, I need to start getting ready to burn it soon. This is nice. It's still not perfect yet, but it's better. So as this starts trickling in, my power will start picking up again. I'm gonna wait for all this before I... Like, this gives me a buffer, because here's the thing, like, now I don't have power, so these aren't making cryofluid. But I do have ammo for it all, or whatever. It's still giving it... If I make just a little bit of plastanium... I wonder if this doesn't consume any power. So if I go like this... 19... 19... They stayed about the same. I think these aren't actually consuming any power because they're not firing. The power is going up actually because I'm full on stuff. Oh, speaking of which, again, I need to blow up some of this graphite. So if full of graphite, then incinerate. Just in case, I don't expect to. But this way, I can still send everything forward. What just happened? There we go. So I'm sending all titanium to the base, which I need every scrap of it I can. Ha 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 ha, every scrap of it. Okay, so this is all great. I feel like I probably almost need more. I am using all of it. So maybe I should like destroy some of these? You know, it's kind of weird, but I'm trying to get more pyrite. I just didn't want to mess up any of that. This is all working, so I could move it over. But that's fine. I don't know, whatever. This accomplishes the same thing. I know it's a roundabout way of doing it, but whatever. I was leaving this open so I could make more blast compound, but I don't think I need to. Okay, this is all great. I could technically make more steam. Wow, these conveyors look so slow in comparison now that I've been used to the other ones for a little while. They're like, ooh. I think I have more than enough titanium now. Yeah. That's what I like to see. Okay, so what these do, what this says is, if there's space on this conveyor, unload titanium onto it. If there's not, it just goes into the container. So this fills it up. This can hold up to, I think, 100 items. Doesn't hold very many, honestly. It's actually pretty terrible. In fact, I could do the same thing again, just to make it extra special. Like, let's go like this. Go. Bloop. And then container and unloader. We'll just copy paste this. Bloop. Okay, so it's going to distribute. This is going to distribute it into the container. And then both of these guys are going to try and unload it. at the same time onto this same conveyor belt. And it will only unload if it can. And the reason for this is just so I have a little bit of a buffer of titanium rather than just the belt itself. I have several hundred. So if something goes wrong and I lose power, like for example, I could disconnect power for the entire southern thing if I need to jumpstart this again. And I have more than enough titanium to last for a while. That's fine. What this will do is it tries to unload this all the time. So I never have anything in these containers. Maybe it holds 300. Maybe that's what it is. What do I need for plastanium? It's oil. How much oil does this make? 6. Plastanium requires 15. So if I do 3 of these, I need this and I need titanium. So I guess I can grab some from down here. Not that I want to. I'm making a lot of titanium now, though. I want to get the anti-air towers just because I can. I'm being stubborn. Oh, I think unloaders actually can go side to side. So I think it is. It's unloading from here to the left, and then it's going up into the router. Which actually isn't great. I wanted to prioritize the right side. Whatever, it's fine. These are filling up again. That was great. So look at all this titanium. So, needed titanium, needed oil. I just need more power, I guess. Spore press, and then I need to router these. Boop. They're making oil. Oil's going into this. And this is making plastanium. Okay, so all I need to do is route this to the base. Air? Nope. Everything's ground these days. You know, I bet you I might even, for this next wave, have 2 air bosses. Which, that could be a problem. I'm almost to the point, I swear, I'm like, I need 24 plastanium to make the turret that I'm trying to make. So if I can just make a couple of those and load them full of blast compound, I'll be doing real good. I didn't end up using like any of this coal, which is kind of sad. I could have made lots and lots of steam, which maybe that would have been a better option. I don't know. If I had just air drilled all the, I don't know. The problem with what I've been doing is that it requires a lot of titanium, and I just don't have titanium at all. So doing this all with titanium is like kind of silly when I don't even have it. It was cool though, all the scrap stuff. Like look, that's a pretty good flow of titanium though, but look at all the stuff I had to do all this. Actually, this is all the titanium I'm going to base anyway, so that's fine. And now here's what I was talking about. See, this is all backed up, so now it's overflowing all this instead. And I was saying I was going to do that soon. If I had left them on the same conveyor belt, then it would have plugged all the way back to the base. And I could have done this way with the base too, I just wanted to have it over here somewhere. I'm glad I did it here though, because it cleaned it up before. It was bottlenecking here. It's kind of crazy, see all this lead, I'm still using it all to make all this. In fact, I think it's moving a little bit faster now because I'm making all this extra pyrite. Nice. That's a nice healthy amount of pyrite. Okay, so plastanium is heading to the base. In fact, I can see... I'll be able to see here in a little bit when it's there. Dude, it's just so gross. Boom. This is... yeah. It's fine. No, wait. That's bad. That's bad. I need one more. And I still have room where I could put some menders in here if I wanted to. I think I could do some shenanigans here and kind of get that working. I could at least have another mender here. I could have one here and I could have one down here if I really wanted to. And so this would work. Blast compound. Boom. And here's the fun thing too. This is the same ammo for the new anti-air I'm about to have. Let's see. What is the status of my plastanium? Still not there yet. That's right. Aww. 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 The bad feels. Well, I guess it's pretty good. It wasn't like completely bottlenecked or like, yeah, I don't know. All right, how much power does this take? Don't have enough titanium. Oh, really? Ooh. Man, I have so much titanium going there and it's still not enough. Man. Okay, well this is going to keep making plastanium. Yeah, anti-air is just not going to work. I'm gonna end this mission I think at 60. I was trying to, but dude, like do I go one more? What do you guys think? Do I do one more? I just want to show this. Oh, look, there it is. There it is. We got to do it. Okay. Quick. We got to show the anti-air. Unfortunately, this takes a lot of plastanium. I'm going to run out here shortly. The problem is plastanium is like only trickling in because it doesn't have enough. So we can go and watch this. So this is the mission. Well, it's wave 60. I'm gonna go ahead and launch. I'm trying to do all these things that require titanium. I just shouldn't have done that. What I should have done is just focused on steam. Like, I have all this coal. I'm glad I did this, okay? Like, I'm glad I did the Pyratite and Blast Compound. This was awesome. Unfortunately, like, ripples were cool. This was so huge. I should have just, like, made twice as many or 3 times as many of these guys. If I had, like, a wall just like, in fact, even if this entire right side was all anti-air, I think it'd be fine. Like, these ripples, like, look at this. These ripples can attack all the way around. So if I had like 2 or 3 times the number of ripples all throughout here, this was just clustered with ripples, and then right behind that is all anti-air, just more of these guys. Even if enemies attack this in the middle, it doesn't matter. I have menders in the middle of all that or whatever. Just a couple. Then what would happen is enemies that come through here just die. I actually don't think... I think a little bit of anti-air was coming through here. I know some of my routers and stuff up here were destroyed partway through. I didn't actually see them do that. And another thing I could do too is I could have like ripples on this side, like all the way up and down, and then just have anti-air on the left side. Like if I had, say, 2 rows like going up and down right here, it's just like up and down right here, and then it curves a little bit to the right, and then just goes like this whole length, then that would have taken care of everything. So I think it would have been fine. So we didn't actually get to see these. So swarmers, what they do is they have this like homing rockets that are like have a lot of splash. They're like shoot out a cluster of like 5 attacks, I think it is. They're kind of fun. So we really just wanted to show that, but this is taking way too long. I can go till wave 70, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so now that I canceled the rest of the titanium, because I just had enough plastanium that I could make those buildings. That's all I was really trying to do. So at this point, I can send more cryo fluid up. The problem is I have to make sure I have enough titanium. Now, titanium was building up until I started using it to make plastanium. It takes a lot of titanium to make plastanium. Like, as much titanium as you can get it, basically. What's going on here? Oh! Oh no! That's why I was running out. Oh no! Oh. See, I put this here to fill these. It was filling this bridge. That's why I was running out. Oh, I feel silly now. I can keep making plastanium. Oh, that's so sad. So this is throwing spores into the, or throwing titanium into this. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yep, in fact... so I'm just erasing those to clean it up. I was wondering why I was having so many problems. I thought I had an overabundance of it, but apparently not. This is way overkill over here. I guess at this point, now that I have plastanium coming to base, I could probably make more of these once it finally gets done doing its thing. Also, I need to reconnect the power here. I disconnected it because I was thinking to myself that it wasn't going to happen anymore. This is really sad. In fact, like, I know this is, like, crazy. Here we go. So it's all going to go to base. At least I'll be able to use it. Alright, cryofluid's looking great. I have a lot of power. I could make more steam if I really wanted to. Alright, so cryofluid is good. Now, do I connect it to this? I think I will try again. Makes me nervous. Looks like it's good. It's still rising. It's a good sign. My tank is filling up. So this makes my ripples shoot faster. How here's there. Let's watch these guys. So they did break things. They broke ammo, which isn't really so much of a problem. These guys are awesome. Okay, we'll just pause that for now, and I'll come back after a little while, and we'll finish it off. Unfortunately, so it looks like air keeps going to the left side, so I think this is fine. I'm not too worried about this guy over here. We don't need any of this lead over here anymore, at all. Yeah. Like, what is this? Kaboom! Ripples are so dumb. I don't know. I'm a big fan of these snipery long-range towers. It's just good. I kind of want to see just like another air level. They keep only sending like 1 air unit at a time. I want to see like a cluster though. Would be kind of cool. It looks like these swarmers take a little bit. They like home in or like whoop, and then they finally shoot. It's awesome. Something I want to try though is I also have, I haven't used this at all. I talked about it. Is I do have This guy. Oh, it costs plastanium. Of course it does. We'll just cancel those. So an overdrive projector, what it does is it makes a field around it that increases the effectiveness of things nearby. So if I look at this, it says that it increases their shooting speed by 150%. Now I don't think that's 150 times, I think it's 150 in addition. It makes them shoot that much faster. So just like adding water makes everything faster, overdrive projector is another way of doing that. What it costs though is a lot of electricity, so it costs power. An overdrive projector costs 210 power, which is a lot. It also makes, I know it makes conveyor belts move faster. I'm not sure about liquids, if it makes liquids move faster, which that's an interesting comment, I guess. If you had some kind of bottleneck of water, I wonder if you could use it to fix that. Occasionally I do use this to fix conveyors, and it's awesome. So 475% damage right now. That's pretty good. You know? These ripples were not good enough, so I'm glad that I decided to do that. My main reason for that actually was to make these a little beefier, because I just wanted to make sure they were awesome. Hey, look how fast they're attacking now. The problem is they attack so far ahead, they don't actually, like, hit them. If these enemies moved a little bit faster, they'd just be like... It's kind of sad, like, they don't actually, like, aim super... I almost wish I could delay them a little bit, and then tell them all to fire at once, but... Or, like, direct their fire or something. Another thing I could do, which I haven't been doing this, is you can actually make various other drones. Like I showed you the spirit repair drones at one point, they were flying around. But I could make some other things and send them over there too. See, like my silicone is totally full. So I could do that. How much power do they cost? You just disconnect the power when they're done. 36 a second? Let's do it! What could happen? I think I need to leave some space for them to walk out. They can walk over conveyors, but they can't walk over... These are slow armored dudes, I think. In fact, I don't even need these at all anymore. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever. Like I said, it just costs coal. Like, who cares? In fact, actually, that's a good point. Why don't I just, instead of trying to find power somewhere else, why don't I just connect them to these? In fact, these aren't even firing most of the time. Alright, so they're going to make stuff. They take silicone, though. Quite a bit of silicone, actually. Ooh, I'm not even sure where they think they're going. That is where the enemies are. Plastanium, all out of plastanium. Okay, then I can also make a command center. This sends all the units to it. Causing units to attack or rally, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if I build one of these somewhere. Okay, great. So I sold them all to go here, and I can command them to attack. Now these guys cost silicone. It's for a worthy cause. They just chill right here? Is that what happens? Just kind of tank for me? For the price of silicone? Gather up, my men! It's kind of a lot of units for these, so each one of these makes 4? You know? So we got 8, 12, 24 guys. Now one comment about this is I do kind of want to make sure... Let's disconnect these ones. I want to make sure that I'm producing silicone all the time. Because at this point I need some at the base, and I also need some for me. What I can do though, check this out. I talked about this earlier. As long as you have the resources to support it, I can add more silicone. I didn't have a need to do that before, but might as well. So, let's actually just go like this. Oops. Bloop. I can probably support like 8, is what I was saying, as far as the amount of resources I have here. I'm going to need more power to do this, though. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I have more than enough power for these silicone. The sand is just not epic enough. And you know what happens when things are not epic. I'm a sad panda. Alright, so check this out. So I was saying earlier that titanium conveyors can still go into a router and distribute stuff really, really fast. So check out this sand. So silicone takes 2 sand and 1 coal per each silicone produced. So now it's producing 3 titanium conveyors all into the single router, and it spits it all out. So this is going to fill up all of these, I believe. In fact, just to make super sure that the sand is moving as quickly as it possibly can. Looks like it's pretty good. These could be a little better, you know? Attack! Rah! I have no idea. These guys are probably terrible. All they're doing is dying. That's all they're accomplishing. In fact, the enemies don't even get over to me at all. Alright, this is great. Let's make more of these things. Because I need them in my life. Yeah, this is filling it with ammo. Yeah, great. Life is good. By the time it finally gets there, it's like kaboom. Actually, might be the reason for the delay on their attacks, I guess. Alright, I'm satisfied with this map at this point. I feel like I've cleared it pretty well. Now, I could keep going. I suppose, like, some of the big things I would do is replace my... I can make a titanium... Wow, actually, I do have a lot of stuff. Okay. I could do this. I could replace these all with titanium walls, which have a lot more health. Like, how much health do these have? It says 1,700, as opposed to copper, which is 1,200. So that's nice. Plastanium, well, it costs 20. I could do plastanium, technically. 3,040. Costs a little bit of metaglass, that's fine. So I could do this. This would just take a while. So if I were to keep playing this and keep going... this game apparently... Oh, by the way, speaking of which, I totally forgot to talk about this earlier. So I said that my sound issue got fixed. I think this is actually the last level, by the way. I think at 70 I can launch, so this is going to be air, I believe. Two big air units, I think is what it's going to be. Nope. Oh, man, I did all this so I could see what happened with air. But as we know, air doesn't happen on this level at all. Oh, never mind. Never mind, wave 70 is the last level. Okay, great, I have some time. Okay, the sound. The sound issue I was experiencing was some things had sound, some things didn't. In particular, like enemy attacks had sound, but a lot of other stuff didn't, and I didn't know what was going on. So it sounded like I had this issue with some other games recently where it sounded kind of like my computer was set to 5.1 surround sound, but I was playing the game in stereo, and I couldn't figure out the game settings. Like, I go to here, settings, sound, like whatever, everything seemed normal. And I didn't know what was going on, and this game was acting weird with sound too. But my friends had sound. So I looked in my Windows settings to see if I had 5.1 surround sound disabled, so it's set to stereo only, so I had left and right audio, which is what I use for recording. And sure enough, it was set that way. But what I didn't realize is I do have an internal sound card. I actually bought a sound card completely separate from the sound that is provided with your motherboard, which a lot of motherboard sound cards are like, alright, they're okay. And they get by for most people and it's fine. However, they do have a little bit of electrical interference, like the electricity running through various things, the vibrations it causes, etc. It makes interference that gets picked up by your audio processing hardware on your computer. Now, especially when it's connected to other things, such as directly part of your motherboard. So, what that does is it creates a little bit of electric interference, and what that sounds like is like a little bit of air noise, just faintly in the background. But the more layers of stuff like that you have, and it all adds up, and it just makes the audio sound bad. So in order to have like better quality sound, I actually bought a sound card for both. I have a streaming computer and then my recording computer. So I have a sound card for each. Apparently, there is software for that sound card, which I knew that. I don't actually use it for anything, but it is required to have it like in my taskbar, you know? So that one was overriding the Windows settings and forcing it into 5.1 surround sound. So when you have your computer set to 5.1 surround, some games and programs, etc. will just default and only use left and right audio, but other things will try to use all 5 speakers if it can. But I don't actually have anything plugged into those ports, so that's what was happening, is it was removing sound. So I went into even though Windows was set to stereo, this other program was set to 5.1, and it was overriding my default Windows settings, because it was prioritizing that. So that's the deal. So now I can have sound, all these kind of things, and when I build stuff, and that's what was happening. So I'm really bummed. That's why my previous videos did not have sound. I was meaning to explain that like earlier in this video, and I totally forgot about that. But that was the reasoning. I feel really silly now. I wish I had thought of that sooner. I'd never used that program before. Like, I tinkered with it a little bit just to see the settings and stuff. It has a bunch of weird settings. Like, it has like an option to, like, if you have speakers on, it'll actually remove these speaker sounds from your microphone to isolate your voice, for example. Anytime you do some weird isolation thing like that, it always downgrades the quality a little bit, so I don't want to do that. I'm wearing headphones right now for this recording, for example. So I am listening to the game sound, but I don't have all that stuff being recorded by my microphone. Just to make it a little bit nicer. Alright, well, no air units, because, you know, why would you want air units? Well, that's a bummer. You didn't really you got to see these guys the once, though, so that was cool. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, never mind. Is the next wave at 80? I'm going to go ahead and skip, I think. I could get more plastanium. Here we go. Alright. Ooh, okay. Wow, okay. Well, if they attack, then it just goes flying. These are all heat-seeking, too, so that's pretty cool. I didn't realize they were going to go so far down here. I do have some plastanium. Maybe I'll just throw some down here. I'm going to go ahead and just skip ways. Oh yeah, I should just go check out the silicone now that it's been going for a little while, so I can show what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, see, it's totally filled. In fact, the bottleneck is the fact that I can't get it to base. It's because of this. This isn't necessary. I just want to show it because I was talking about it. I'm glad I did the blast compound and the pyrite. I'm not really so happy about all this. This was way more work than it should have been, and it kept breaking and stuff like that. It's just because I was bottlenecked by this, like having to do all this. This was cool as a way of getting titanium, but I don't think I should have used titanium for power. Because I guess, well, I don't know. All the later power uses cryofluid though, so I don't know. So yeah, this game, like, as far as requirements, like, you just have to get to the required level. So in this case, it's level 20 in order to unlock the next wave. But other than that, you don't actually need to keep playing. Like, that's what this game is you're completing levels and leave as soon as possible just to, like, unlock the tech tree and get all the resources, like, launch whatever resources you need. In this case, there was no new resources on this map. It's just a matter of survival. So I already did that. Other than that, for every level, it's just a challenge to see how far you can get. And part of what's cool about it is, like, the game gets significantly cooler the further along you progress. So, like, I can just end at wave 20, but, like, you wouldn't have seen these ripples and stuff like that if I had just ended then. There's a lot of, like, the technology just gets exponentially cooler. My bottleneck at this point is I don't have thorium, and I needed more titanium. So if there was more titanium on this map, or, like, honestly, like, 2... you can just see all the... maybe I should see what this stuff is. Nothing. If I'd used all the scrap on the entire map and just routed it somewhere and then just had maybe a more efficient setup where this is kind of scattered all over the place. I was just using this empty space. But if I had been a little more efficient with all these guys and then gathered up all the scrap, I could easily have an entire conveyor belt. And again, if I wasn't doing differential power, if instead I was gathering using power for laser drills and water or whatever to gather up all this coal and make steam, like literally if I had steam just whoosh all along this entire shoreline, just the whole thing filled with that, and instead I was making like a little bit of plastanium or something, just enough to get technology, I think I would have been better off. Doing all this was like a little bit too crazy, or at least doing that for differential power. I should have just not done that. I mean, it was cool. I'm glad I showed it. I'm gonna skip differential power, I think, the next time. No air. Alright, so I did make a little bit of plastanium, but not much, but that's fine. Rank SS. Even though, see, I don't understand how they decide the rank. Like, I destroyed some buildings, I deconstructed a lot of buildings, and sometimes I've done that and I've gotten, like, C? I don't understand, like, what. Maybe it's because I destroyed so many enemies? I don't know. Alright, so we're back here. Let's see, so we've unlocked the next level, which is going to be Salt Fields, I believe. Boop. So Tar Fields is the first map that has thorium on it. So thorium is the next resource we're trying to get, and that unlocks, I think all the remaining resources. I don't think there's anything left that you can't get with thorium. So we're going to try and get the stuff that you craft with thorium, which is phase fabric and surge alloy. So I'm going to try and do that on this mission. We'll see if I can do it. This one, I believe, is pretty good overall to survive. It's not too hard. I think there's a lot of air. You know, the air on this is awful. It's absolutely awful. So I'm going to have a lot of anti-air to survive this mission. But yeah, this will be great. The other missions remaining are all basically attack missions. I think there's one more. I think this guy is the next mission after this one, which is another survival mission. But the rest of these are all attack missions. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do this one to get the latest technology so I have thorium unlocked. And then I'll start doing the other ones. This one's actually pretty easy. It's a similar difficulty to Ruinous Shores. But the difference between these attack missions is you constantly have stuff coming at you. So I think what I'll do next time is I'll probably do Tar Fields. Now let's look at our tech tree. I don't think there's anything new, actually. I unlocked a lot of stuff in the titanium mission. Oh, hey, what? Ooh, this is new. They just updated. Battery diode. A battery power can flow through this block in only one direction, but only if the other side has less power stored. Interesting. So it makes sure that some batteries have more power than others? Oh, wait, maybe that was something I had before and I just didn't realize. I've had surge towers before. Surge towers are cool. I can't do this yet because I need surge alloy. What surge towers do is it only has 2 connections, but its range is really, really far. So, like, you know how these little teeny guys are like, you know, say they're in a range like this or whatever? Then these bigger ones, the fatter ones, are like a little bit bigger still. Surge towers can reach from like here to like over here. Or maybe not quite that far, like to here. Boom, boom. They can attach, but they only have 2 connections, so you can be like, bam, bam, to 2 different things. What's really cool with that is that you actually connect a surge tower to like one of these. So you have like, say you have one of these in the middle of your defense, and rather than like destroying towers to have power nodes in the middle of it like I've been doing, instead you can have one of these in the middle of your defense. This connects to everything that needs power, all your menders or whatever, and then you connect a surge tower to it from really far away. So you can be like, boop. Another cool thing with it is you can use it for doing things like connecting power to, or you're connecting like your generators, your power source, and then connecting to something else. So you can just have one stable connection where you can connect it and deconnect it. So like if I had unconnected, whatever the phrase would be for that. So you can do things like when I wanted to jumpstart my titanium and stuff like that to get my differential power back up and running, this would be an option for that. But yeah, it's cool. Alright, so that's the end of this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. We'll probably tackle tar fields, and yeah, it's been a good time.